Well, welcome in. Thank you so much for joining me in day 170 of the income stream. It's Friday, which means we brought the wheel. We got a new view today. We got the wheel right there. My other camera, the camera died, so we got this to work with today, but it'll be fun. We're going to spin the wheel, see where we end up. We got some games to play. We got some stories to tell. We got some questions to answer, and I'm here to serve you and cap off the week with some fun and excitement. We're also going to do a giveaway too, and I'll tell you what that's going to be about in just a minute. But first of all, just welcome. Thank you. If you're here live with me, say hello to your friends. If you're watching the replay, hashtag team replay. And this is just one of those fun days. You don't have to take notes, none of that. This is just for fun and because you're awesome. Thank you so much and welcome to the income stream.
This is the income stream to help you achieve your dream, all while we keep it clean. This is the income stream. It's the kind of show where you can come and go, but then you leave inspired with no fee required. The income stream with Pat Flynn.
Right, so we had a really good week of some really amazing content to help you with your live streams, to help you plan things out ahead of time. All this kind of stuff has been great, and I don't know what happened to my... Yeah, there we go. So just by the way, that has been happening legit for the last 2 days. I don't know, the connection with something is just broken. So if that pops out, don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. This is just part of the game of technology. Sometimes that happens, and I have to unplug and replug everything, but I don't want to do that live for you. So if I happen to cut out, I'm going to come back in. Don't worry, I'm here for you. So anyway, we got the wheel today. We're going to have some fun. What are we giving away today? So we are giving away for one person only. And the way this works is over the course of this hour, I'm going to be collecting names, and we're going to put them on what I like to call the Wheel of Names. And the Wheel of Names is right here. This is from last week. We had 23 entries, and I'm going to clear all these out right now. Now we have 0 entries. And this is where either we land on giveaway here on the wheel, or I like what you said in some of the games we play, or I'm just feeling generous. I'm going to add people on there as we go, and then one single person is going to win a course of their choice that I have. I have several online courses. We'll talk about it later, but we have email marketing, podcasting, affiliate marketing, all kinds of stuff to help you with your online business, and those range between $499 and $999. And we're going to give away one of those for free for one lucky person. If you happen to be a course student already, you can just pick another course that you don't have access to, and that's super high value. I don't want to do that too often because we don't just want to give those things away. But hey, start of September, a lot of people are cranking on some of the things that they're working on. I want to help out, and we're going to do that for one lucky person today too. So thank you so much. We got David in the house, Xenia, Consult the Blind Guy, Susan, Gov Kid, Dole Whip Dad, Makeup by Antonica. Appreciate y'all being here today. Susan, what's up? Welcome, and let's have some fun. So we're going to spin the wheel, and let's see what happens. And just mind you, I'm spinning it a little bit more softly today because my kids are literally in the next room watching Zoom right now. And I'm really glad we landed on this one. I actually was hoping we would land on gratitude, not that. Gratitude. So what is this gratitude one? If you haven't been here in a while, I've added this to the list because this is a fun way that we can just all together express gratitude for something that is happening in our lives right now. Times are crazy, but there are things that we could point out and share with each other that we can be grateful for. And so I'm going to share 2 things, and I would love for you to share in the chat right now. If you're watching the replay, since you're still here most likely, pop it into the comments too. What's one thing that you are grateful for right now? And I'm going to share some of these live with everybody too. 2 things that I'm grateful for. Number 1, I'm absolutely grateful for my wife, April. She's been really stepping it up. Not that she hasn't ever, but even more so now with the kids and managing the Zoom calls and all this stuff. I mean, there's so much new for everybody right now, and she's absolutely just gone gung-ho with like making sure they're all good and that they have all the supplies they need, making sure the teachers are good. In fact, we're supporting teachers this month as a family and have already donated over $2,500 of school supplies for teachers who are in fact needing to pay out of pocket for that. So in addition to my wife, I'm absolutely grateful for teachers just in general. And if you're a teacher, if you happen to know a teacher, say thanks to them because they're working hard. Homeschooling teacher as well. I know that times are crazy, but I just want to express my gratitude to you for all that you're doing to audible this, to ad hoc create new curriculum with this crazy world that we're in right now. And thank you so much for that. So grateful for my husband. He's a hard worker, says Shonda. I'm grateful for my gorgeous wife and all she does for me. That's awesome, Crave. Gratitude. My family, we're healthy and happy together, and that's what's better than that. Let's see. Grateful for this community. I as well, Beth. Thank you so much for that. Grandma Goody, I'm grateful for being able to connect virtually while we can't meet in person. Amen to that, for sure. GovKid says, I'm moving to Alabama from Michigan in 2 weeks. Yay! Congratulations. That's awesome. Grateful to have sold both our houses and parents' house, and we have a brand new house to move into when we get there. That's super exciting. Good luck on the move, GovKid. I'm grateful for the stream and the chat and Pat and my rhyming abilities. Your rhyming abilities are unmatched. Jeff says, EA teachers and administrators, my wife, so grateful for what she's doing for students and faculty. Just a couple more and we'll spin again. Gratitude, a room full of coworkers basically ganged up on me to tell me how my last Facebook video made their day. That surprised me. That's really cool, GTO. What was that video about? Let's see here. I'm very thankful for you, Pat Flynn, and all you do for us. Hey, I'm just a conduit for you to get what you hopefully want, and I'm just sharing what I've learned over time. So thank you for that, but this is not about me. Andromedia says, I'm so grateful for my wife. She's absolutely amazing, and I love getting to work with her and raise children together. Awesome. So thank you all so much for sharing that, and obviously you can read everybody else's here in the chat. And if you're watching the replay, you could see that as well. And would love for you to join the community. Just hit subscribe if you haven't already, and that way you can join the community. We are here every day, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. Let's spin the wheel again, and let's move on. Thank you so much for participating. I'm grateful. What are we going to land on? We got questions. Okay, so the way this works is just type in the word question followed by a question that you have. You can literally ask me anything. I don't care if it's personal or business or what have you. I just don't want you to ask for my credit card number, home address, or passport or anything like that. So just whatever you have questions about, let me know. And if you're a member with a green name, first of all, by the way, congrats to all of you who are members now for over a month, who now have a bunch of cash next to your name. If you start out, you get some coins and you get some cash, and we'll see what happens after 2 or 3 months if that changes. Wink, wink. But if you have a question, use the question emoji if you're a member, and that way I can find it more easily from you too. But if you have a question in general, just a question in all caps, followed by your question. I'm going to answer in rapid succession, maybe 5 to 6 of them, and then we're going to move on again. So question says, where's the music, says Xenia and Vlada. Do you guys want some background music to add a little bit of flair here? We're going to keep it light. We're going to keep it lo-fi. I'm not going to put some like EDM music or anything like that. But if you want music, let me know in the chat. I'm just going to get a general sense of yes or no either way. But we can add a little bit of flair, a little bit of flavor to the stream, and it's going to be very easy to do that for sure. What grades are the kids in, says Susan. So my son is in 5th grade. My daughter is now in 2nd grade. Let's see. Question from Jeff. What's your thought on sharing a lot of other people's content as a way of serving when you are very new to creating your own proprietary stuff? I think this is a very common thing to do, whether you actually bring them on as guests or you just highlight their stuff. And then other than that, I would make sure to add something else on top of that, meaning what do you infer now as a result of what you've shared from somebody else? How are you connecting these pieces together? You still want there to be something that's unique to what it is that you're offering, even though you're sort of starting with somebody else's stuff. If you can somehow connect the dots or add some sort of pieces together, this is why roundup posts are really good, because you can have like the one central hub for all of this stuff, and you can infer and conclude certain things as a result of what you've been able to find. What you do here and what it is that you're playing is you're playing expert curator, right? You're playing expert curator. You're helping people save time by not having to go and find these things, but you are the central hub for all of that great stuff. Are we becoming demanding, Pat Flynn? Never. Let's see. One more question. We'll go from there. Music, yes. Question, when you're stuck in a rut, how do you find what your mood is telling you what you're missing? So when you're stuck in a rut, what do you do? For me, there's a couple things I do when I'm stuck in a rut. Sometimes I don't immediately know why, right? Sometimes I'm struggling to write something, or I want to hit record and I just can't get at it right now. So there's a couple things I do. Number one, I just typically take a break, right? So sometimes I'm stuck in a rut because I just am not in the mood or able to do something right now. And it's really difficult to force something like that, rather than I'm going to take a 10-minute break, go on a walk, do some jumping jacks, or play with the kids for a little bit, come back, and I can come in with a little bit more energy and hopefully with a reframe in mind. The other thing that I focus on is, why am I doing this in the first place? Who is this for? And then what that does is it helps push me through those tough moments, and I'm reminded from the thank you notes and the emails that come in from people who have found success or have been thankful from the work that I've done. And it makes me step forward and figure it out, because I don't want my own rutness, if you want to call that, to stop me from helping others, because that's all I want to do, is to help other people too. So there you go. Great questions. Let's pop in the music. I'm going to show you how I do this really quick. The way that I do this is I go to YouTube. You might see some garden videos. Yeah, see garden videos. And then we're going to do Stream Beats by Harris Heller. And chill hop music, no, I want Stream Beats. Stream Beats is what is free and what we're able to stream. Play all. Copyright free music. Turn it down a little bit. Cool. Should be in the background now. We're just going to move on. Cool. Thank you for all the questions. Keep some in the holster for the next time we potentially land on questions right here. So let's spin the wheel. All right, what do we got? We got more questions. Okay, I think I saw a few more questions coming in. I'm gonna scroll down all the way and see if there are any more that we can serve people with. Let's see, what tool do you recommend to organize your content for podcast creation? So we use, in fact, literally a spreadsheet. I'll show it to you, in fact. So I'm gonna go here. This is our editorial spreadsheet. So this is a blank one, but we have, let's see, SPA Podcast 2020. As you can see, we have a calendar here on the left-hand side, and then right here we have the episode date, episode number, and then the episode title. If we scroll down, this is where a lot of these other boxes are finally starting to be implemented, because this is when we implemented these sorts of things. So as you can see, there are some really cool episodes coming up. And I think, where are we right now? We are right here. Life After Being a High-Performance CEO with John Oringer, who was the founder of Shutterstock, in fact. Uploaded to Dropbox, already taken care of. And this is how we keep track of episodes that are coming up. And as you can see, we are filled out through the rest of the year already, which is pretty cool. So we just simply use a spreadsheet. And so in Power Up Podcasting, my course, we have this spreadsheet available. And you can create your own very simply, but it's a nice way to organize, because now we know what came about earlier. Now we know what's coming up, and I can use this to plan, in fact, the next quarter. And I always try to stay ahead of the game there. That way I'm never in publish, what am I doing next week? Publish, what am I doing next week? I don't want to be in that content hamster wheel where I'm always feeling anxiety and I don't have the ability to spend time to market the show that was just published. So that's what we use. Let's see. Oh, we need Friday holiday vacay mood music. I don't know if there's I would love to play some like Hawaiian or reggae music or something, just chill in the background, but I don't know what's copyright free or not. I'd have to go to like artlist.io, and I don't know what the rules are for streaming Artlist. I have an Artlist account, but I don't know what the terms are for literally playing those live streaming. We'll see what happens though. We'll see what happens. Do you create that content yourself, or is it a group effort, says Susan. So on the spreadsheet here, which I was just sharing with you, it's a group effort to come up with those ideas to put on a spreadsheet. We don't often have the title nailed down. We just know who is it that we're going to interview perhaps, or who might we want to interview in the future, the topics that make sense. And this is a part of the overall editorial plan, where when we see this, we can also align it with our regular or blog content. So that way, and also our launch calendar. So now we can go, okay, in November of 2020, we're launching something. How might we use the podcast and our blog to support that launch? What content do we need to write ahead of time so that we can get people open to the fact that this course might be something worth investing in? Or how can we use that content to unlock bust through the objections that people might have? Or how do we tell stories that will get people excited to lead into launch week? And now the podcast and the blog and even the YouTube channel at times supports the launches that we do. And that way it sort of all works in conjunction versus, oh, here's this separate thing called the podcast, and here's a separate thing called the blog. And by the way, I'm launching this separate thing over here. Cool, we're gonna do one more since we just did two. Brian says, what camera would you recommend and lighting for YouTube? So if you wanna check out my setup as well as some budget-friendly options, you could check out patflynn.com/live setup. Again, that's patflynn.com/live setup. Let me go for you there right now. Go there for you now, patflynn.com/live setup. And this is a widely shared article that I've written. I haven't checked how many shares, 8.2 thousand shares or 8.2K shares since this came out. And this goes over the specific software that I use called Ecamm. I love this picture, by the way, of somebody just chilling at their couch with their feet up watching me. That's pretty cool. I talk about the cameras that I use, the budget option for that. I talk about lighting here as well, the sounds, those sorts of things too. And here is a video that'll help you with budget-friendly lighting, all again at patflynn.com/live setup. One more time, patflynn.com/live setup. Great question. Thank you so much for that. Let's spin the wheel again and see what happens. Yo, we got a question again? Okay, I'm gonna spin again. Okay, thankfully, we don't have to worry about that. Okay, so quick story time. And I now realize I have to turn this music down in order to do that. Story time, let's go. All right, so yesterday I was interviewed. I'm not gonna mention who this person was, but this person, she is an amazing expert in Instagram, in the world of Instagram. And she has this rather large audience. And it's the first time in a while, honestly, that I've been really nervous for getting on an interview. And what was really cool was that this person, maybe there's some clues here that might unlock, you might know who this person is, but this person was previously a lawyer before they became an entrepreneur and a leader in the space that she's in. And I was not prepared for the questioning that I was going to be receiving. And thankfully I handled it pretty well. It was just the way that she framed all the questions was related to her work as a lawyer. So essentially I had to present my case about something, and it really challenged me, and I absolutely loved that. I haven't had questions framed in that way before, and the purpose of the story is not like, hey, Pat gets nervous too, which I literally get nervous every time I go live for you. Every time, right before I hit that broadcast button, I'm feeling the feelings. But then what I do is I change that energy from fear and negativity to positive excitement. And it's literally the same parts of the brain that fire up when that happens. Yo. So there's a camera here, and I'm waiting for that other camera to go. Okay, there we go. I think that's gonna work. Tried to ad hoc on the fly make that happen. I don't know why it does that, but anyway. The lesson here is that it was so unique in the way that she asked these questions that I was really excited because it was different, right? And I think that this is what will help her show stand out. She just started her podcast recently, in fact. And I loved just the difference. And just having done so many podcasts, a lot of them are starting to feel the same, especially in the way that a person interviews another person. Some episodes are, for some podcasters, literally the same questions every single time. And in that case, it's like, well, what's unique about each of these individual episodes? What do I have to look forward to every time? You could literally be replaced if that was the case. Now, doesn't mean you can't be successful. There's a lot of successful podcasts who literally ask the same question every time. But I was so grateful for the difference, and I know this is going to be a standout episode, and it's in fact one that I want to share when it comes out because it is so different. So A, I get nervous too. B, it was a great episode because of the way that these questions were framed. And C, it was just a great, again, opportunity to connect even more deeply with somebody that I really just had a surface level relationship with, meaning we've met each other online before and even at conferences, but this time it was really cool because we were able to make a connection and chat for much, much longer. And that's the beauty of a podcast. You're able to make a connection with people. You can't help but build a relationship with a person when you're speaking to them for that long. So it was a really cool situation. Thank you for listening to the story. Let's spin that wheel again. Here we go. All right, giveaway. I like it. I like it. So the way this works is I'm literally going to pick, and I'm going to pick 5 names this time because we haven't added anybody to the list yet. But I'm going to pick 5 names to put right here into the wheel of names. And again, the prize today is access to a course of your choice that I have. These range between $500 and $1,000, and everything from podcasting, affiliate marketing, email marketing, advanced podcasting, etc. Even our workshops are up and available, productivity, getting more traffic, etc. Whatever you might need help with, we're going to help you out. And so all we're going to do is select 5 names at random. I'm going to scroll through my comments here, which I have on my secondary screen, and I'm going to scroll up and down and pick some names at random based on the comments that have already been made. And let's see, we got Jeff. Let's see, let's go this way. We got Jeff Gephardt. Let's keep scrolling. Good luck, everybody. We got Mandy Ellis. What's up, Mandy? Let's scroll up. We got Makeup by Antonica. Awesome. Now we have some names on the list, which is cool. We got Xenia and Vlada, who are asking a really good question here. Xenia and Vlada. And then finally, actually, what is this question? What in your opinion is the fastest way to get traffic if you already have affiliate links and a digital course set up? Okay, I'll answer that question in just a minute. I'm going to add one more name here, and that name is My Castle Life. Awesome, congrats. My Castle Life. Sweet, we have 5 names on the list so far, so you have a 20% chance of winning thus far. We're going to add more names to the list, no worries. Thank you again for being here. So let's spin the wheel again, see what happens. Ooh, what are we gonna get? What are we gonna get? Gratitude. Well, we already did gratitude today, but we can totally add one more thing that you're grateful for. What's one more thing that you're grateful for? While you do that, I'm gonna pull up a game that I want to play and make sure we play because it's a fan favorite here on the show, and that game is called Brand Standing. We're going to play Brand Standing right now as you come up with another thing that you might be grateful for. It's always cool to think about more than one thing, and we're going to play this game. BS, Brand Standing. The way this game works is all you have to do is come up with a brand name or a company name for a target demographic and industry, right? So we're going to pick an industry card. In fact, I have a couple. In fact, let me just show you really quick. We have a deck of cards. Couple decks. We have one for the demographic. We have another one for the industry. So we're going to pick these. Whoa, my dog's trying to get out. We're going to pick an industry card. The industry card is, what do we got? What does that say? A theme park. I like it. A theme park. A theme park for imaginary friends. So what would you name a theme park for imaginary friends? Some of the best answers, or at least the ones that stand out to me, and even at random, I'm going to add to the wheel of names again. A theme park for imaginary friends. I don't know, when I hear the word friends, I think of, Friends, like the show, the sitcom, but imaginary friends. Did you have an imaginary friend? I had an imaginary friend. You know why? Because I was an only child. And my imaginary friend, his name was Chuck, and Chuck and I would play out in the yard, we'd play catch, but really, I would just throw the ball really high in the air, and then it would just hit the ground. So anyway, I'm going to try to get my dog out of here while you're coming out. He's banging on the door to try to get out. He might have to go potty or something. But let me know what you think. Imaginary friends. We want to create a name for a theme park. What would you come up with? So give me 1 sec. Yes, Mom. This is live, folks. This is live. Okay, let's see what we come up with. We have a theme park for, again, imaginary friends. Let's share some of these answers with everybody. Theme park for imaginary friends. We got, let me go up to where that started. Okay, here we go. We got Consult the Blind Guy says, now you see me, now you don't. Good tagline. That's a good tagline. Foster's Park for imaginary friends. Oh, 2 flags. I like that. 2 flags. Come on, camera. What's going on today? That's weird. 2 flags. Not 6 flags, just 2 flags. I like that. Invisible Rides. Aw, sad. Martin's World. Martin? Your name is Martin. Harvey's Hayride Town. Let's see. Imaginarium Land. Virtual Park. There is nothing to see here. That's sad, too. More fun than you could imagine. Hey, I like that one. That's a standout one. I like that one. Rose, I'm going to add your name here on the list of potential winners. Let's see. So we got you on there, Rose. Right there. Fantastic. Yo, Hey Archer, thank you so much. Poof, I heard imaginary friend, and so here I am, says Hey Archer. Thank you so much for the super chat today. Appreciate you. Catch me if you can. That's trademarked probably. Sad flags. Aw. Sad flags. Kevin, I'm going to add your name to the list too. Kevin Smith. Sad flags. Let's see. See Me Not. Fredland. Pretendland. Fredland. If it's there if you see it. Nice. Ghost in the Park. Invisible Plants. Imagination Station. Yo, I like that one. Wasn't there something called Imagination Station? I feel like it's a Mickey Mouse Club thing. Sounds Disney. Sounds Disney. I know you're a Disney fan too. So let's see here. A couple more. The Imaginarium. Isn't that a store? The Imaginarium. The Imagineers, right? We want to see Gizmo. Oh, he ran out. I'm sorry. Let's see. Casper's Disneyland. Neverland. That's kind of sad too. Because like when you're having conversations with an imaginary friend, your jokes never land. Sure, Tim, I'm gonna add you here too. Fun. Okay, well, let's do another one. I'm gonna pick another industry, and we're gonna go. Here we go. I like this one. One more time, another game. Then we'll spin the wheel again. A diner for circus performers. A diner for circus performers. Is there a reason why Fred is like the imaginary person's name in a lot of these discussions? So we're doing a diner for circus performers. I'm terrible at this game on the fly. When I play this, when I'm not live with you, I can come up with legit, like, witty names like it was my job. And when I hit live, I just can't do it. So I appreciate you guys for stepping up for me. So again, we're doing a diner for circus performers. What would you name this diner? What would you name this diner? All right. So we got all your can eats under the Big Top Diner. That makes sense. Let's see. 3-ring circus. 3 onion ring circus, maybe. Flippin' food. That's a good one, Lane. I like that because there's a lot of flips going on. Let's put a Lane on here. Lane Watkins. Very nice. Let's see. Onion rings. Yeah, that's I said something like that. I'm going to put you on here too, Michael, because you were right in the same wheelhouse as I was in. The Big Top Diner Trap Eats. Whoa, AV. My favorite one so far. Trap Eats. Like that. Popcorn and nuts. Big Top Burger. First and second act food. Fly High. Oh, the movie Drop Dead Fred was about a girl having an imaginary friend. Ah, thank you. Hey, Archer, appreciate that. 3-ring breakfast. Red Nose Diner. Red Nose Diner. I like that. Although it makes me feel like it's more, who am I thinking of? Rudolph, the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Travis Haynes, nice. Cakes for Clowns. Let's see. Juggling Plates. It's a good one, too. I like that, Bernard. Juggling Plates. Down to Clown. Onion Ring Brothers. Carny Carnivores. Mandy, you're already on the list, but I like that, too. Let's see. Big Top Stop. You know, I like that one. You know why? Because a lot of diners are on truck stops, right? So Big Top Stop. I can imagine, literally, I'm going to put Doug on here. And we'll move on and spin the wheel. But we got, let's see, 14 entries so far. Sorry if I misspelled your name. I'm a little bit OCD, so let's go there and there. Okay, so if you're on a truck stop and you see the Big Top Stop, you know, driving a truck might be a little boring, right? You have your radio playing, but there's nothing else. So you stop and there's a little performance act going on, and you can get your dining and go back on the road excited and with some souvenirs to take home too. Down to Clown. Are you down to clown? In and out. Yeah. Are you down to clown? That would be a tagline for if I had a clown university or something where you can get down to clown. I like it. All right, guys, let's spin the wheel. It's getting a little weird here. Actually, this is coming off. There we go. Dan, I'm going to add you on there too. I saw something. The greatest diner on earth. I'm going to add you on there. What did we land on? We landed on story time. Story time. Okay, let me come up with another story for you. So I've told this story a couple times before, but this is a good one, classic Pat Flynn story. So let's do it. So actually, which one? Should I tell you this? Do you want the sad story or the really sad story? Not sad like it's going to make you cry, but sad like, oh, you really did that, Pat? So do you want sad or really sad? Let me know. But because there's a lot of sad stories. I have a lot of memories of things. Anyway, actually, I'm going to tell you a new story that's also pretty sad. Ninth inning, I was playing shortstop. This is in Little League championship game. And there's 2 outs, and we're winning by 1 run. right? So all we have to do is get one more out, and we win the game, right? We're home team. And the batter who had crushed a home run. Oh, you guys want the really sad story? Okay, I'll give you a really sad one after that, but I'm gonna give you this one too. So, this batter who crushed it the last time he was up, hit a grounder to me, shortstop. All I needed to do was get the ball. There was a runner on first, so all I had to do was get in front of the ball, flick it to second, out, a force out on second. We would have won the championship. Of course, I'm really nervous because this batter completely just crushed it the time before. He hits a grounder, a bouncing grounder to me, and I'm in full focus mode, and I'm running up to the ball, and I try to short hop it, right, so that I can just go right to second, and it short hops right under my glove. And because he had crushed a homer the time before, the outfield was playing far back. So when it went under my legs, it was just open field. And the runner from first scored. And unfortunately, the person who got the ball in the outfield overthrew it, because you know how Little League is. He overthrew the catcher, and that runner, the person who hit that grounder that went between my legs, also scored. It was an in-the-park home run. Now, thankfully, we were the home team, so we were up. I wasn't up to bat, fortunately, but it was 3 in, 3 out, and we lost the championship. And I still feel bad about that today, because if I had just gotten a little lower or tried not to get fancy, because you know how we shortstop it and it's a fancy throw. If I literally just had the wherewithal to just like kneel down like I was supposed to and block the thing, it would have been over. It would have been over. So that's my sad Pat story. My really sad Pat story involved me, and I'll make this quick. Pagers were the trend back in the day. Everybody had a pager, so of course I wanted one too because I was following the crowd, and all my friends had them, and I got one for Christmas, and nobody ever called it, right? And I felt so sad about the fact that everybody else was getting paged and had numerics to be able to speak the secret language, that I was at a birthday party once, not my own, but I actually snuck into the person's guest room or something, used the phone to call myself so that when I hung up the phone and went back to the room, I would get paged and everybody would know that I wasn't a loner and actually somebody paged me when really, in fact, it was just me. That's sad. That's really sad. That's how much I was wanting to fit in and feel like I belong because I was a lonely kid. Anyway, yeah, the camera shut out because it just couldn't take that story anymore. Pagers, yes. Okay, so that happened. Yes, I didn't tell the part about sneaking to the person's guest room before. So anyway, let's spin the wheel. Doug says, I got a page for my imaginary friend. That's so true. Okay, brand standing again. We're going to play some brand standing again. So what do we got here? We got... Ooh, here we go. An arcade for Mall Santas. An arcade for Mall Santas. So what would you name an arcade for Mall Santas? The funny thing about this is Santas are at the mall already. So maybe this is something that they do after their shift. But an arcade for Mall Santas. This would be a seasonal arcade as well. But what would you name an arcade for Mall Santas? You mean Chuck paged Pat? Yes, Chuck paged Pat. Okay, the pager story is way sadder than the baseball story, says Dole Whip. Yeah, it is pretty sad. Cool. Oh, dude, I like what I'm seeing here. Susan with reindeer games. Nice. Let's go back here. I like reindeer games because that's part of the song. Susan, I like. Rudolph's Funland. Let's see. Polarcades. Polarcades is kind of cool. Winter Wonderland. Coin Presents. Pac-Men with white beards. No Kids Allowed arcade. Why wouldn't kids be allowed in a Santa's arcade? Santacade. Ho 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 Games. Ho 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 Games. I like that. Michael. I'm going to add you on. Oh, actually, you're on the list already, my friend. Bearded Castle. White Beard. Ballistic. I don't know. I'm so bad at this while live. Let's see. Santa Cadence. Saint Nickelodeon. Jolly Joysticks. Santa Pinball. Santa's North Pole Arcade. Pretty standard there. Super Slayer Games. Yo, Super Slayer Games. That caught my attention. Consult a blind guy. Super Slayer. That sounds really aggressive, and I like it. Let's see. Ready Player Claws. I like where that's going. One of my favorite movies. Beard Snap Games. Jolly Pixels. The Video Claws. Kringle Coins. Kringle Coins. I like that one too. I like where you're going with that. Kringle Coins almost sounds like a currency from the land of Kringle. Chris Kringle's Arcade, Evergreen and No Snow, Santari. That definitely sounds like a country. Saint Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon. Ah, I get it. Nickelodeon. Ho Ho Heroes, Candy Cane Arcade, Tiny Sled Games. That's a cool brand name for like a company, I think. Tiny Sled Games. Jingle Bells Arcade. Let's see. Red Nose Games. Jolly Pinball. Let's see. These are all good. These are all really good. Jolly Pac-Man, says Glenda. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Arcades. Cool. I think we got a few. But I like them. I think Consult the Blind Guys is my favorite one so far. Okay, let's, this is really fun. You guys having a good time? We're over halfway through. We're having a good time. We're telling some really sad stories about my childhood. We are having a laugh. We're playing some games. We're answering some questions. This is what Friday is about. Just relaxing, taking it easy, because we had a really hard week. And there was a lot of new things happening. Kids in school now. A lot of people starting new projects. I have cabbage loopers in my garden now. That was a big pain. And I just got some BT, which is some sort of organic thing that I could spray on my leaves to get rid of these caterpillars that are literally eating our broccoli and Brussels sprouts. It's really annoying. I never understood why farmers were so like angry at pests, but now I do, because it's on. This is a war. Okay, let me spin the wheel. Hi, everybody. Yo, gratitude. We did that twice already. Let's spin again. Hello again. All right, story time. You know what? We're going to go to question because we did a couple stories already. So if you have a question that you'd like me to answer, I'm going to answer maybe 5 to 10 in rapid fire succession. Type in your question. First type in question in all caps so I can see it, or if you remember, use the question emoji so that I can see it. Luke says, Cabbage Loopers, what are those? They are, there's these white moths. They're pretty, actually. They lay eggs on your cabbage and on your leaves, spinach, and mostly broccoli and those kinds of things, eggplant. And then the eggs hatch and the caterpillars eat everything, like literally eat everything, and it's not cool. It's not cool at all. Caterpillars are just hangry, right? Have you tried neem oil? Haven't tried neem oil yet. Yep, so close to harvest, and then the bugs, squirrels, deer, etc. Well, thankfully there's no deer, but we do have some squirrels around too. Backyard baddies with pests or pests. Question, AV says, yesterday you talked about your live stream outlines. Would love to see one of your YouTube video outlines. Let's see, do I have a YouTube video outline that I could show you? Let's see if I can pop it up in notes for you on one that was recently done or one from a while back. Let's see. I'm looking at my notes here, which is usually just where I put them, notes on my app, which connect to notes on my desktop. That way it's just really easy. So there's a couple here, right? Like this one here, pitfalls of entrepreneurship. Traps, just literally seven things. Expecting results fast, putting personal bias into solutions you're creating, validate, and this is sort of like the lesson that comes out of that. Let's see, 5 uncomfortable things to help you grow your business. I don't even know if I created that video. So as you can see, these aren't super outlined. Let's see. This was something I was just brainstorming with. Let's see. Oh, here, if I had a day job, this is what I would do. In fact, I think this was a live stream, but this was just an outline of the things that I would do if I had a day job to get that. Let's see here. Yeah, this was the one from yesterday that you saw. They're very similar. The live streams and the YouTube videos are very similar. Just with the YouTube videos, I have the pleasure of just editing, right? So if I mess up on something or something's not that strong, I can go back and literally just say the same thing again, but better. And then my editor will know to take the last take and go from there. And typically when I'm editing, when I am messing up, I usually do a clap or a click with my mouth like this. And that way the editor can see that part of the timeline and know that, okay, well, the take right before that was a mistake. So don't even worry about listening or paying attention to that one. The ones after the click, where it's like the last click in a while, is going to be always the best take. So that's kind of an editing strategy that we use. And I did that when I was editing myself. And now my editor also likes and uses that too. Question, knowing how much you love spiders, how are you dealing with them in your garden? Thankfully, I haven't seen any spiders in the garden. And oftentimes when the spiders come, I yell for my kids because they're better at handling those than I am. I have a big arachnophobia issue. Susan says, and all these outlines are in your notes from your phone? Yes, they're in my notes in my phone because that way it's just, whether I'm on the iPad, just chilling and I get an idea and I can just pop it in there, or I'm on a phone or I'm on my desktop. It's literally all connected. And it's just super easy for me to pop up. It's just what I've been using. There's probably better and more efficient ways, but these are just like notes for me. I don't share these with my team or anything, so I just keep them very personal and within my notes. Jeff says, question, do you have an essential or keystone habit that produces huge benefits in other areas of your life? A great keystone habit is if I am at all ever trying to make a decision of any kind, business or personal, I try to go into the habit of playing DeLorean. Meaning what I do is I get into a DeLorean, not an actual one, but in my head, and I fast forward to a year's time from now, and I think about how does this decision right now potentially affect the future, and sort of what I can do there. Sorry, this is, again, being super weird. How can I make sure that the decision I'm making now actually fits into the life that I want? Am I living the day-to-day life that I want in the future if I make this decision now? Am I talking about this decision in a positive light if I choose this route? Like, those are some things that I do. Before I buy anything, I always wait 20 more minutes just to see if, in fact, I still have that excitement to buy it. And I don't wait like a whole day because sometimes I need to buy things right now, but I can wait 20 minutes. And if, in fact, after 20 minutes, the excitement has died down and that gives me an opportunity to question. That gives me an opportunity to just let it sit for a while and know that I'm not buying things based on impulse. I'm buying things because it is indeed something that I want to buy. So that's kind of what it does. Yeah, and I apologize for the camera issues. It keeps going in and out. How hard was it you to switch from a night person to an early morning person? I'm struggling with that right now, says Kathy. It was very hard. I had been conditioned to stay up late and do work ever since college. And even back in high school too, but in college especially, with architecture and architecture studio, and the fact that when you're in architecture studio doing your work, there is no completion point other than you turn your stuff in, because you can always make your models look a bit better. You can always make your drawings a little bit more clean. And so there was never any end. So we would stay up late till literally 3 or 4 in the morning all together, and we would help support each other in architecture studio. We built a nice family there, but number one, sleep was always weird. Number two, also just I was trained to be a night person. And then I eventually discovered this thing called Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. In fact, he sent me this book, 2 copies of the book, one for me, one to give away, years before we actually started having communication with each other. And I just literally laughed. It was like, start your day before 6 a.m. or something like that. And I was like, no way, never, ever will I be a morning person. But then I started listening to the Tim Ferriss show. Every successful person on there was talking about how they woke up early and did things for themselves. And I wanted to write books, and I knew that I wouldn't be able to write them with kids up during the middle of the day. And I started to really pay attention to, wow, what could I get accomplished in the morning, and how great that might feel if even before the kids get up, I'm actually already accomplishing a number of different things, especially for myself mentally and even physically. So I adopted the Miracle Morning, got to know Hal Elrod, started practicing my savers, and in fact, it's been a life-changing for sure. The hardest thing still is I am just used to staying up and being in a place where there's a lot of mental space to think and do things on my own, especially because you know how the kids can go to sleep early, then you have time at night, and you just kind of don't want to lose that time. But I also know that I can gain much more by getting a little bit more sleep, waking up a little bit earlier, and getting some things done. So that's a great question. Cool. Zenny and Vlada, thank you for re-asking this question. What, in your opinion, is the fastest way to get traffic if you've already set up affiliate links and an online course? Pat Flynn. So the best way to get traffic quick is not SEO. It's not repurposing your content and sharing it on social media to guess who, the people who already know you exist. I'm very adamant about that. I prefer to get endorsed or get featured by somebody else who already has an audience. So being a guest on another podcast, getting an article featured somewhere where there's already an existing audience, getting mentioned and recommended within a group because I was able to serve that group or that group's owner. That's going to get you way more targeted traffic faster as opposed to the slow grind of SEO, which I would still put in the practice to have at least fundamentals of SEO in place so that your website can come up in the rankings. But that takes time. And creating YouTube videos and content marketing, that takes time. But getting in front of other audiences that already exist is going to be the fastest way to do it. Now, if you don't have those relationships first, it's going to be a lot harder to get in front of those people, obviously, which is why being involved in groups and getting to know people and building relationships is going to be the first step. And I would go from there too. Fastest way to get traffic is to be endorsed by someone who already has an audience. Bruh. I mean, it makes sense, right? But it always, whenever I share this strategy with people, I go, oh, well, then that means I can't grow because I don't have these relationships or I don't have something worth sharing. And I'm like, go make something worth sharing. Create some noise. Make somebody go, whoa, dude. Something's afoot at the Circle K. That's what we need to do, right? That's a quote from, anybody guess? Anybody know what movie that's from? Wow, this morning is flying by. Quaranteam. Cool. I'm going to pick 3 more people at random in the chat here to add to the list because currently we have, how many people we have on the list? We have 18 entries. I want to get at least 20 on there for the giveaway. So I'm going to add a few more names and I'm just going to pick people at random. We got Stephanie Hansen. What's up, Stephanie? I'm just choosing people's names. I'm scrolling up and down the chat that has previously been right there. And now you can stay with me on either one of these places. But, yo, you're back. Thank you, Ecamm, for being awesome and being able to pick up where we left off. Now I'm going to be streaming in 2 places at once. So apologize. I'm going to be looking here for Instagram and here for you watching live on the YouTube right now. Yay! I'm just so happy this picked up. And we only have 5 minutes left. So again, I appreciate y'all for being here. We got 75 people watching on Instagram. We have 13 people watching on YouTube. But hey, we just had a massive shutdown and failure. So again, I'm going to be looking both ways here. But yay, it's on. Thank you for being here. If you're watching this on Instagram and you're like, what the heck just happened? I was streaming live on YouTube. Everything shut down. The computer literally turned off. And I streamed here down. Then when I got back on Ecamm Live, which is the software that I use, it said, hey, would you like to resume? Of course, because I want to cap this off. We had a number of people. In fact, now I'm scared because I want to see if we got the wheel of names going. It should have saved. How many were there? 18? Yo, we got 18 now. Kringle Coins is on there. And I don't know. Ooh, I forgot. Okay, hold on. This is a fail for me. So I'm here on... If somebody can help remind me who said Kringle Coins. I literally wrote Kringle Coins instead of the person who actually wrote that. Was it... No, it wasn't Susan. Who was that? Valerie? I can't remember. But whoever wrote Kringle Coins, I'm just going to keep that there for now because I totally did that wrong. Okay, and as we're here, we got 5 minutes left. We are going to play one more round of brand standing. If you don't know what brand standing is, for those of you watching on Instagram, this is a game where we pick an industry and a demographic, and we come up with a brand name for it. So the one we just did was an arcade for mall Santas, and there were some really, really good names for that, like Kringle Coins. Brian just left a super chat, by the way, here on Instagram, which is like or on YouTube, which is a donation. Just want to take a moment to appreciate your Mandalorian helmet. This is the way. Have a great weekend. Thank you. October, we have Mandalorian coming back. So thank you, Brian. I appreciate you. That is right there, baby. That is right there. Oh, Jamie Velasquez. Thank you. So I'm going to write Jamie. Easy, I think. Okay. Fantastic. Let's play one more round of brand standing. We got, all right, here's what we're going to do. An office supply company, this is backwards on Instagram, unfortunately. An office supply company for stage magicians, all right? An office supply company for stage magicians. So what would you call an office supply company for stage magicians? That would be a really cool store. Just literally like a magic shop, right? So you can participate here on Instagram as well. And I can see if I can put your name on the wheel if you're here with me. Always on it, Pat. I congratulate you. Thank you, Rez. I appreciate you for that. Everybody is on their toes this morning. Tech can't stop Pat Flynn. I lost my spot, says Stephanie. Stephanie, did I add you on there? I remember adding you on here. Let's add you on here. I think that was right during the crash, right? Stephanie Hansen. We got you. We got you. All right. Let's see. An office supply company for magicians. On Instagram, we got The Magic Office, Magic Markers, and more. Top Hat Highlighters. I like that. Top Hat Highlighters. Out of Hat Office Supplies. We got The Magic Office. Out of Hat Office Supplies. Invisible Ink. On YouTube, we got Top Hat Supplies, Disappearing Ink and Paperworks. That's pretty cool. Top Hat Supplies by Peasant. Spanish and Go, Disappearing, Magical Max, like Office Max, right? Let's see. We saw your price in half. Thomas, that is not a good brand name, but it's an amazing tagline. I'm going to actually pop you in here because that's good. So Thomas Seaton. That's a good, I like the tagline. Let's see, who else do we got? We got, let's see, Now You See It Depot. Now you don't, because you bought it and you took it home. Magic Shop, says Asthma. Abracadabra Stationery, says Glenda. Cool. Abracadabra Stationery, I like that. Glenda, I'm going to put you on here, even though you are on Instagram right now. Glenda H. Rosa. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm adding names to a wheel, as you can see here. And we have 21 entries. And this is going to be how I select a winner. And the winner gets a free online course from me. We're giving away a free online course today. Let's see. Any course of your choice that I have, by the way. Let's see. Sleight of hand supplies, the disappearing Post-its, Office Cadabra. Let's see. You handled that like a true pro, Pat Flynn. Thank you, Samson. That's only because Ecamm Live was definitely there to rescue me after a breakdown. So cool. Well, legit, we have 1 more minute remaining. And we have 21 entries. I wanted over 20, so we're good. Office Wizard, nice. I like that. Hey, Nance, good to see you. So what I'm going to do, and maybe for the people watching on Instagram, what I can do is sort of turn this around so you can see the wheel. All right, there we go. And what I'm going to do is go here, and we're going to pick one winner, and one winner only. And this winner is somebody who will get an online course of their choice. We got 21 names on the list. Good luck to everybody. We got Jeff, Mandy, Makeup by Antonica, and all the names that you see there. I'm going to hit the wheel, and let's make it happen. Good luck, y'all. We got... Yo, Kevin Smith. Congratulations, Kevin Smith. Yay, awesome. So Kevin Smith won an online course of his choice, which our courses range from $499 to $1,000. Congratulations. Kevin Smith, you're amazing. Send an email to pat@patflynn.com, and you can go from there. Again, pat@patflynn.com. Let us know that you won, and we will hook you up. So Kevin Smith, congratulations to you. Thank you, everybody on Instagram, for watching. I'll go live for you later. I will be live, in fact, on Sean Cannell's channel very soon. So look up Sean Cannell on Instagram. I'm going to be live with him in about a half hour on Instagram. So for those of you watching on YouTube, you can find us there. Sean Cannell from Think Media and Video Influencers. That'll be a lot of fun. Instagram, I'm going to say bye to you first. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, especially those of you who came from YouTube to come here because that's what I said to do when everything broke down. And if you're here just because you're awesome on Instagram anyway, just peace out. I appreciate you, and I'll talk to you later. Hope you have a great weekend. Boop. And now, okay. Now for you, thank you so much for dealing with all the technical issues today. This happens, but hey, you just got to keep rolling with the punches. I am not one without to get fazed by it anymore. I've been fazed by it so much it almost broke me down during a live presentation one time. And you know what? Life goes on. Life goes on. Anyway, thank you so much for being here, Team Flynn. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, 9 a.m. Eastern, and 9 a.m. Western time, Pacific time, noon Eastern. You can enjoy, have lunch with me or breakfast with me as we review websites and make it fun. So hey, anyway, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Have a great day. And as always, Team Flynn for the win. Let's go.
This is the income stream to help you achieve your dream. All while we keep it clean. This is the income stream. It's the kind of show where you can come and go, but then you leave inspired with no fee required. The income stream with Pat Flynn.
Y'all, we're here on the weekend. Weekend is here. Thank you so much for coming in today. I appreciate you. Ooh, that was not what I expected, but hey, we had some fun. Good games today, and we will talk tomorrow. Peace, y'all. Thank you.
Bruh.
Much love. It would behoove me not to say this final thing, which is make sure you subscribe and catch the show tomorrow. Thanks so much.